If you're having problems getting out of that dreaded 8-bar loop, finishing your arrangements, and getting songs finished, then this video is for you. What's up everyone, it's Daniel here from UpstreamSquad. So we've all worked on tracks where we haven't finished, and they just end up sitting on our hard drive forever. So in this video, I'm going to show you one very simple technique that's going to help you finish your arrangements. When it comes to finishing your arrangements, creativity is king here. If you don't feel creative, you don't feel inspired, you're not going to finish the arrangements, and you're not going to get to the mixing stage or the mastering process. And the arrangement comes down to the instruments in your song, as well as the variation in the production. This one simple technique is about adding variation to your instruments. All it is taking one of your loops for your instruments, whether that be a 2-bar loop, a 4-bar loop, an 8-bar loop, and then duplicating that out and making small adjustments to the notes of that instrument, and then taking that second clip and then duplicating it out again, and then making small adjustments to that third clip as well. And that way you'll have 3 different copies of the same instrument playing different musical passages. By applying this technique to the notes for your instruments, as well as any effects or automation, you'll have different building blocks for your track, and you'll be able to mix and match these different sections, musical passages in your track, and you'll be less likely to run out of musical ideas. So let's get into the DAW and show you what I mean. So to demonstrate this simple technique, we're going to use a pluck lead sound here and create 2 different variations to it. Our first variation here is very simple. It's just 3 different notes playing, and it's just to get the ideas started. Let's have a listen to it. So this could be used in like an intro or a verse, somewhere in the arrangement where the song is more stripped down. Or after we create our variations, we don't have to use this in our track at all. Again, the idea is to come up with different variations based off a simple starting point, and then use those variations to fit into your track. So let's create our first variation here. We'll go ahead and duplicate this clip. So adding simple variations to our second clip here will render the best results. As again, we want to build off of each variation that we create. So we don't have to create something completely new in each variation. Just make some small changes. So let's go ahead here and change up the rhythm a little bit, add these over a bit. Let's add in another note as well. Let's hear what this sounds like. Relabel this number 2. Go ahead and move these over to match the rhythm of these 2 notes here. Sounds a bit more unified. We can hear the first clip now and have that go into the second clip so we can hear the variation that it created in the progression. So that was a nice simple variation we added here. As we mentioned, number 1 could be the intro, number 2 could be the verse, or it could be part of like a build-up. And we can adjust the parameters of the filter of our pluck sound here, so you can hear what it'd be like in an intro, have it be filtered down a bit more. So already we're starting to gain some momentum and we're getting the creative ideas going. So let's go ahead and duplicate our second clip here. Go ahead and loop it. So let's now label this number 3. And let's again add some variation. Let's go ahead and add more interest to this. I'm thinking about having this third variation be more of the chorus sound. And the quarter notes here at the end of each bar are pretty bare, so let's spice those up a bit. Let's move those over a bit. as the rhythm will work a little bit better. So that sounds nice right there, that little dun 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 dun. Let's go ahead and copy this over to our third bar as well. Let's also fill in the gap here in the second bar and fourth bar quarter notes. Let's have it be a little bit more interesting than just going up and then down. Let's go ahead and rearrange this a little bit. Let's have a listen. There we go, so some simple variations on the quarter notes there really make this feel more like a chorus lead sound. And now let's again have a listen to our 3 variations in order here. And we'll move around the filter of the pluck so we can get a feel for how it could sound like in different parts of the arrangement. So with a few minor changes to each clip, we can build off a very simple idea. Something that just had 2 notes and a very basic pattern. We built that into a nice chorus lead. Now this technique can be applied to any one of your instruments. It doesn't just have to be to your lead sounds. This could be with drums, with bass sounds, with vocal chops. So my suggestion here would be each instrument that you add to your track, create variations to it. Create a 4 to 8 bar loop, duplicate that loop out, then create a variation and duplicate that out again. So you have at least 3 variations that you can mix and match in your track, and so you won't get stuck in the arrangement and not knowing where to go with it. Starting simple and building off that is a great way to progress with your song and get the arrangement finished and complete songs. So that's going to do it for this little bite-sized tutorial, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you use this simple technique in your arrangements and can finish your tracks. If you have any questions or input on this video, feel free to leave a comment, and be sure to follow us on Instagram at UpstreamSquad_ for more bite-sized tutorials like these, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, Upstream Squad. Have fun making music, everyone. To the top.